Good morning, YouTube. It's Amy coming at you for my 7-week post-op update. I hope everybody is doing really well. If you're a new subscriber or you're checking out my channel for the first time, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. If you've been with me for a while, thanks for continuing to support me. I really super appreciate it. So 7 weeks. 7 weeks post-op. Let's go through the stats really quickly, knock that out. I had surgery on March the 10th, 2016 at Rex Hospital in Raleigh, North Carolina. My surgeon was Dr. Michael Tyner. The procedure that I had was a modified duodenal switch. It's actually a biliopancreatic diversion with a duodenal switch. Some call it SIPS or SADI. Basically, it's a modified duodenal switch in this, but I have a longer common channel than the traditional DS. In terms of stats, my highest weight ever, which was the beginning of my pre-op diet, was 401 pounds. My surgery weight was 379 pounds. And my current weight, 340 pounds, 340.2. So since my video last week, I've lost almost 5 pounds. So weight loss since surgery date, which was 7 weeks ago, is 38.8 pounds. And my total weight loss since the beginning of, from my highest weight, so the beginning of my pre-op diet, I am down 60.8 pounds. So I am very, very pleased with that. It doesn't seem like it's been, 60 pounds, although it certainly has been, but it doesn't, that sounds like such a tremendous accomplishment, but internally, I don't feel all that different. I guess I feel a little more confident. My clothes are fitting a little bit better, certainly. Some people have started to notice. But it just seems like 60 sounds like a high number. Like, that's more than halfway to 100, and 100 is a lot, right? So it's just weird that I've got a long way to go, but I'm making some progress, and I'm starting to see that. So that's really good. For example, my first true, I think, NSV, non-scale victory, for those who aren't familiar with that term, was this week. It was on Tuesday. Today's what? Yeah, today's Thursday. It was on Tuesday. We were about to go out, and it was a little bit chilly out, and so I tried a pair of jeans, and they fit. And I was like, wow, that's weird. Are these my fat jeans? Like, and let me just tell you, it has been a very, very long time since I have been able to wear jeans or like non-elastic pants. My highest weight was 401, and I haven't been able to, wear jeans in a really long time. So I tried on those jeans, and I was like, okay, this must be a fluke. Let me try on another pair of old jeans, and I tried those on, and those fit too. I was like, holy crap, it's actually happening. Like, I'm starting to see some results, and I feel different and stuff. So I do feel different and everything, but when I think of the word like 60 pounds, that seems like a lot. So, and it's just hard for me to like make the connection, like 60 pounds, that's a lot, and that's what I've lost. And I don't know, it just seems surreal. Maybe that's the right word for it. It just seems really surreal. But nevertheless, I'm super thrilled with that progress, and I'm going to keep trucking along, keep doing what it is that I'm doing, because clearly it's working. Let's see, a couple of other things that I wanted to talk about today. A couple of recipes that I've been trying this week. So I should say, I have my next doctor's or appointment with my surgeon in June, and it's almost May now. It's April the 28th, so it's almost May, so I don't have an appointment for like over another month. But I have been eating a lot of things. I'm not sure if I should be eating or I should not be eating, but I've been trying them, seeing if I can tolerate them and everything. Like I said, still everything has been fine. But a couple of things that I tried, I found a recipe on Pinterest the other day, and it was curried chicken salad. Now, I love chicken salad, and I love curry, so it was really good. And instead of using mayo, I used Greek yogurt. I had went to Costco, and I bought a rotisserie chicken. Now, I'm all for roasting chicken. That's something that I love doing, is making it like a homemade roast chicken, and that's all well and good, but it's really hard to beat just going to Costco and buying one for $4.99 and then just coming home and taking it apart. That's like I said, it's too hard to turn down. So anyway, I went to Costco, I brought it home, and I, took the whole thing apart, and I put it into some Tupperware, dark meat, white meat, and all that. So anyway, I made this chicken salad, like I said, with some of that chicken from Costco, which was really good. And I added Greek yogurt instead of mayonnaise. And I added, what else did I add to it? I added some sliced almonds and some celery for a little bit of crunch. I like some texture to it, so that was really good. I added some cut up grapes, and that was really nice. It added some sweetness, and then it was creamy from the Greek yogurt. And then, of course, I added curry powder, like a tablespoon and a half of curry powder. And that added that nice warmth. And anyway, it was really nice. I've been having it every day for lunch. Let's see, I think I made 6 portions. I made 6 portions out of it. I think it was about 3 ounces each. And each one of those had 27 grams of protein, which is really nice. I don't remember the rest of the stats, but I was really pleased with that. So I was having that every day after I did my workout or my walk at lunch, and I'd have that here at my desk, and it's been really good. So I'm definitely going to try that recipe again as well. Another thing that I tried the other day that I really liked was I chopped up very finely some onion, some Vidalia onion, some green pepper, and some mushrooms, and I diced them up super fine. And then my husband had some lunch meat in the fridge, and it's roast beef, just from like the deli counter at your supermarket. So I got some of that, and I diced that up nicely. And then basically I, sauteed them in a pan with just some Pam cooking spray. So I put that in there, and I just got them all nice soft and everything like that. And then once I took it out of the pan, I just sprinkled some shredded cheese on it. So it was like a Philly cheesesteak. It had all the fixings without the bread. It was super satisfying, very delicious. All of those things, they caramelized a little bit in the pan, but really pleased with that. So I'm definitely going to try that again. In fact, I might have that for dinner tonight. So those are a couple of recipes that I had found. I tried some Quest Nutrition potato chips. They're not potato chips, but they're like protein chips. I think a bag of them is 21 grams of protein, which is nice. And I think it's got 1.25 ounces in a bag. I'll tell you, they're not potato chips. They might say that they are. They do not taste like potato chips. They taste baked. You remember, have you ever tried like baked Lay's or baked chips? They taste like that, but worse. They're okay, don't get me wrong. It's an okay substitute, but potato chips, they are not. But 21 grams of protein. I suppose if I want something crunchy or whatever, then that's good. Yeah, what else? Oh, let's talk about exercise. So I have been staying strong with my, walking every day at lunch. So when I first started doing this, I had to start slow. So I did it, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Excuse me. Monday through Friday, I started with 20 minutes. And then the week after that, I did 25 minutes. And now I'm doing 30 minutes. And then I'll ratchet up another 5 minutes a day next week. And then I'll probably, continue to do that. I might, like I said in my last video, I might play around with the pace a little bit as well. And sometimes I do that now when I'm on there, even if I'm on there for 30 minutes, I'm going at a fairly leisurely pace, but then I might, ratchet it up for a little bit and then come down when I feel like I'm about to die. No, it's not that bad. But I kind of play around with that too. But I really want to be walking for longer, and I want my heart rate to stay up for longer. So that's why I think I'm going to continue to increase the pace for a little while anyway. So anyway, I'm still doing that, and that's really good. And I can measure it on the treadmill, which is great because I plug in, I want to do for 30 minutes at this pace, go. And then it's really easy. I use my MyFitnessPal on my phone all the time. I track everything in it, everything that I eat. I don't track my vitamins in it. I track my water separately in a different app, and it's called Water Minder. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm not sure if you can see it. Oh, you can't see it on here because of the glare. But that's where I track my water. Every ounce of water that I drink, I track it in there so that way I hit at least 64 ounces every day, and that's generally not a problem. But I use MyFitnessPal for tracking all my food and my weight and my exercise. So that's the thing. So when I do my treadmill thing, I know exactly how many minutes I did at what pace, and I can put it into MyFitnessPal and it tracks that, which is awesome. What I can't do is when I'm out and about and I'm exercising or walking a lot or running errands and that sort of stuff. I want to get a good idea of how much I was doing there. As I mentioned in some of my previous videos, I'm planning on going on a trip to Las Vegas in June. And in Vegas, I walk a lot, whether it be, window shopping or just, Vegas. I love it. because I'm not going to be able to drink or smoke anymore because I don't do either of those things. I'm going to have a lot of time, and I want to do a lot of walking, especially now that I'm feeling better. I feel like I can walk longer distances. I'm not as winded. I'm not as sore. I really think that'll be a good opportunity for me to do some walking, but I'm not going to be able to track it. How am I going to track it? So I took Melanie's advice. I don't mean to blame you for this, Melanie, but I took Melanie's advice and I bought a Fitbit Ultra, and it was great. I wore it on my wrist, and it gave me reminders every hour to get up and move around. It tracked all my steps, and that's really good. But I ended up returning it because it was ruining my life. It sounds ridiculous, I know, but I was getting obsessive about it because the Fitbit does have the functionality to integrate into MyFitnessPal, but I don't know if it was entirely accurate. Like, so the Fitbit, it was just giving me, I was obsessing over it. So like every day I wanted to do better than the day before. Every day it was good for motivating the force. It was really good. But I remember one day, like, because you wear it on your wrist, and I'm not sure how accurate it is in terms of measuring your steps and your strides. Because I'm sure if I was like waving my arm around forever, throughout the day, that's going to count as steps. But they weren't actually steps. They were just like, the Fitbit was moving. So I remember one night I mentioned to my husband, I was like, holy crap, I hit this many steps. Can you believe it? And he's like, that's not right. That can't be accurate. Because we'd just been having a discussion, the previous day about the accuracy of it. And then I immediately got super defensive. Well, I was like unrationally defensive. And I was like, what do you mean? Are you calling me a liar? And how could, I busted my ass today working, trying to walk as much as I could between calls and between all this stuff. And now you don't believe the validity of what I'm saying, and so we got in a huge fight about it. So like this Fitbit is now trying to ruin my marriage. I'm sure it was me overreacting and being emotional and but anyways, my point is I was obsessing about it. So, and Melanie has mentioned on some of her videos too. So the Fitbit is really cool. So every hour it sends you a little message, it buzzes your wrist, and it sends you a little message saying, hey, let's go for a walk, basically. You need to walk 250 steps. And then, you can set it up to however many hours of a day, between certain times, only on certain days. So I had set mine up through Monday through Friday from the hours of 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., buzz me every hour to make sure that I walk. So, the first day I only got it a couple of times. I was too wrapped up in work. I couldn't step away. And so I'm starting to get obsessed about it. And so I was like, okay, you need to take a step back, Amy, and realize this isn't going to run your life. So don't be so factual about, the actual number of steps or the whatever. Just try to do better than you did the day before. So the first day, like I only got 2. I only hit 2 of the goals. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do better. And the next day I did 4. And then the next day I did 5. And then I was like, okay, that's it. I'm going to get every single one this next day. This was the day right after my husband and I had the fight. I was like, okay, I'm not going to obsess about it too much, but I can hit every one of these goals. And so the very first one of the day, it was like 9 o'clock, and it buzzed me. He's like, all right, Amy, you need to get up and walk. So I did. I got up, I did some laps, and I got my steps in. And then once you hit it, it buzzes you, and it's like, way to go, kudos, you got it. So I was like, sweet. So I finished my walk, and I came back into my office, and I started working again. And then about half an hour later, I was checking the Fitbit, because like I said, I was obsessive about it. I checked it, and it said, womp womp, you missed the first one. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Sorry, excuse me. Are you kidding me? I did not. I busted my ass to do this. It buzzed me. It said, woohoo, you hit 250, and now you're not going to give me credit for it. So I was like, okay, this thing is ruining my life. I am putting way too much stock in it. It's not healthy for me because it's making me miserable. I'm obsessing about it. And that's my fault, right? That's not the fault of the Fitbit. The tool itself is awesome if you can, like, not go crazy and obsessive about it like I did. But I did. So I had to return it. Like I said, it was ruining my life. So I need to come up with another solution, especially before I go to Las Vegas in a couple of months. And I'm not sure what that's going to be. Maybe it's just a simple pedometer. Like an old school pedometer that I put on my shoe or put on my waist, and it'll just track, steps. The problem with it is I can't track steps in MyFitnessPal, which drives me crazy. You could only put in pace and number of minutes. Like I can at the end of the day and just, take a look at my pedometer and say, oh, I hit whatever, 6,000, 7,000 steps. Boom, 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 type it in, and then it automatically calculates. MyFitnessPal doesn't work that way. At least I haven't been able to figure it out. If somebody has an idea out there of a tool that's super awesome, that integrates well with MyFitnessPal, or even if it doesn't, that's fine too, but I would like to find a good, accurate tool. I was a little bit disappointed in the Fitbit. It was a great tool and everything, but I didn't like the way that it interacted with MyFitnessPal. Because once you link them, you know, MyFitnessPal, so I would just manually type in, okay, did 30 minutes at whatever, and then it would say, okay, then you just earned an extra 195 calories for the day. I'm like, well, that's good to know, but I just want to be able to put it in there and have it be accurate and have it reflected that I'm actually doing some exercise. But when it did like a Fitbit, the Fitbit, when it was integrated with it, it did like an automatic calculation, and it said Fitbit calorie adjustment 5. And I was like, you're giving me 5 calories? I've walked like 6,000 steps today so far. What do you mean you're only going to give me 5 extra calories? And so I just didn't feel good about it. Bottom line, it was not the solution for me. I think it is probably for a lot of other people. It costs $130 if you're interested in tracking that sort of your steps that way. Probably at a high level perspective, it's probably not a bad tool. But for someone like me who's, I don't know, obsessive and crazy about it, it just wasn't the solution for me. So I'm gonna have to look for something else. My husband has an Apple Watch, which I was considering. We actually went to the Apple store last night, was looking at some of them, and they looked okay, but I think there's rumors of the new version of the Apple Watch coming out in a month or so, so I'm going to continue doing some research. But if anybody knows of anything or would recommend something, I am all ears. I would love to hear about it. Like I said, when I'm here at the house and I can track stuff easily on the treadmill, that's fine. But it's when I'm out and about on the weekends and I want to get a good idea of how much I'm doing. And it's a good motivating force for me. Like I said, I keep wanting to do better and better and better and better, which is something good to be done. But I have no idea really what I'm doing on the weekends or outside of, you know, the walking on the treadmill. And I'm going to try to remember to like check myself and not be super crazy obsessive about it, because I know that's not healthy either, and I don't want, you know, anyway, whatever, we'll see. So that's about it from my perspective, I think. I'm hoping to get out this weekend and do some gardening, do some planting. You know, I never really did a whole lot of gardening. Like, I have some planters and things like that. So I'll probably think about doing that, because I don't want to do a lot of gardening. Number one, I don't like bugs. That's very true, but they have gloves, which is good. But I never wanted to get down and like bend over and like, you know, till the garden and all that stuff and get down, and kneeling was difficult and all that stuff. And I'm hoping with the more weight that I lose, the more active I'll feel and the more active I'll be and the more flexible I'll be. So I'll be able to like get down and kneel, and like, when was the last time I really, you know, was down on my knees? That's not a joke, but you know what I mean? But like squatting down or, you know, resting on your knees, doing some gardening and stuff like that. Like, I haven't been able to do that. So that's something that I'm kind of looking forward to. So we'll see. I'm still pretty big. I'm like still, you know, 340 pounds, which is still fairly large, and that's still going to put some considerable pressure on my bad knees. My knees are already bad, no doubt, from my excess weight over the years. But I'm just looking forward to, you know, doing things that I haven't been able to do. Like I said, that non-scale victory of wearing jeans again, like non-elastic pants. It's been a long, long time, and that to a lot of people that probably doesn't sound like that big of a deal. You know, people probably take jeans for granted and that sort of stuff, but it's a big deal for me. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to realizing more and more of those things that I just kind of forgotten about, or those options haven't been available to me over the years because of the poor choices and, you know, the poor lifestyle that I had. So yeah, it's encouraging. It's encouraging. So that's good. So I guess in a week or two, I'm going to be able to provide my 2-month update. So this is week 7. So next week will be week 8. And then, because of the way that the weeks line up or the days line up, on May the 10th, it'll be my 2-month anniversary. So let's see if I can lose a little bit more weight. I'm at, like I said, a total weight loss of 60.8 pounds right now since the beginning of my pre-op diet. So something's working. It's working, y'all. Hope everybody's doing really well on their journeys. Keep in touch. Stay cool. Stay strong. and I'll catch up with y'all later. Okay, take care. Bye.